While some people are happy to live in their place of birth for the rest of their life, others want to explore living in new areas with different lifestyles and cultures. If your chosen destination is Australia, there are some amazing places to live that vary from remote, rural settings to pretty coastal towns and vibrant urban areas. Each will suit different people depending on their preferences. People also consider many factors when deciding which is the best place to live, such as safety, schools, leisure activity, housing, living costs, and the overall lifestyle an area offers. So, here is the list of the 10 best places to live in Australia. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for the latest upcoming travel videos. Here we go. Number 10. Perth. Perth is the capital of Western Australia and one of the most remote cities in the world. When you're in the city itself, you certainly feel the weight of the natural world around you, with deserts to the north, south, and east, and a wide open sea to the west. There's a lot of open space to enjoy if you like the great outdoors. Head to Maylands if you want a nice place to live in Perth that comes complete with quirky vintage shops and cute bakeries. Alternatively, the coastal suburb of Fremantle is a chilled, cheaper place to base yourself, complete with surfer vibe feels. Although Perth is generally quite an affordable place to live, certain goods and services can cost more due to the city's remote geographic isolation. The resources boom has seen a sharp rise in house prices in recent years, although you might still be able to rent a one-bedroom apartment outside the city centre for around $1,452 per month. Number 9. Sydney. From the sands of Bondi Beach to the sights of its famous harbour, Sydney is a city that's famous all around the world. Australia's largest and oldest city, Sydney is perhaps best known for its natural beauty and cultural diversity. It combines the hectic pace you'd expect of a major world city with some of the most iconic man-made landmarks anywhere in the world. Weather-wise, Sydney follows the seasons, with the warmest months being during the Australian summer, November to February, where temperatures can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius. Winters are quite mild here, reaching minimums of 6 degrees Celsius at night. Sydney has Australia's busiest airport, too, so if you're looking to travel extensively, it may be a good bet for you. Sydney is the most expensive city in Australia to live in and features prominently on lists of the most expensive cities in the world. Number 8. Darwin. Darwin has a laid-back and relaxed approach to life that you'd struggle to find anywhere else in the world. Boasting world-class natural scenery, a buzzing nightlife, and warm weather all year round, Darwin has a lot to offer to new Australians. Being so close to the tropics, Darwin's weather follows the dry and wet seasons. Dry occurs between April and October, and is the more pleasant season of the two, with clear skies and balmy nights. The wet season, November to March, sees much rain and lightning storms with a little reprieve in terms of temperature, which on average jumps between 33 and 33 degrees Celsius throughout the year. Although it's not the biggest of cities, Darwin is actually quite expensive to live in. It boasts a competitive real estate market that drives up prices, while geographical isolation means you can expect to pay more for certain goods and services. On average, renting a one-bedroom apartment outside the city centre may cost $1,702 per month. Number 7. Canberra. It's a common misconception that Sydney, being the largest city in Australia, is the capital of our country, but the truth is that our capital is Canberra. Located in the Australian Capital Territory, ACT, Canberra is one of our smallest cities, with a population of just over 373,000 people. Nevertheless, it receives many workers and visitors to its doorstep, as it is the home of Parliament. Canberra has a dry climate and is prone to frosty conditions during the thick of winter. If you plan to move and live in Canberra, expect temperatures as low as 0 in winter, July, or as high as 28 degrees Celsius during summer, January to February. According to the REIA's June 2014 report, the ACT is the most affordable state or territory in Australia to purchase a home. That is when you consider the proportion of income required to meet loan repayments. In its December quarter 2013 report, it estimated that the median cost to purchase a 3-median room was $520,000, while to rent a 3-bedroom home the median cost was $445 per week. Number 6. Hobart. From its relaxed country atmosphere to its beautiful country surroundings, Hobart has plenty going for it. A far cry from the hustle and bustle of a city like Sydney or Melbourne, everything in Hobart seems to move at a slightly slower pace. The city is also home to a thriving arts scene and family-friendly suburbs, and is noted to be a food lover's paradise. Being Australia's southernmost capital city, Hobart lends itself to the coldest temperatures of the cities, reaching temperatures as low as 4 degrees Celsius during winter, July, and as high as 22 degrees Celsius during summer. Although certain parts of Hobart are home to some expensive real estate, the cost of living is generally lower than in other parts of the country. However, you should expect to pay more for certain goods and services, for example electricity, than you would in other parts of the country. Number 5. Adelaide. The capital of South Australia, Adelaide, is growing in popularity thanks to its friendly country feel and affordable real estate. Job opportunities are good, with Adelaide recruiting a minimum of 5,000 skilled migrants a year, especially in the fields of healthcare, education, and manufacturing. Adelaide is popular with expat families, many of whom choose to live in the leafy suburbs of Belair and Banksia Park. You'll find a varied cultural scene to enjoy, with art festivals, live music, and great restaurants. Chill out at the beautiful Adelaide beaches, or travel out to the nearby Barossa Valley vineyards to sample the delicious regional food and wines. Adelaide is generally considered to be one of Australia's most affordable cities to live in. Goods and services, property prices, and rent are all reasonable, with an average month of rent on a 1-bedroom apartment outside the city centre costing around $982. Number 4. Byron Bay. Byron Bay holds a special place in the hearts of Australians. The most easterly point of our country, the area is home to a beautiful marine reserve, so a walk up the hill to the lighthouse can bestow views of breaching humpback whales, playful pods of dolphins, and sea turtles lazily surfing the currents. The food is organic, the surfing is great, and whiffs of cannabis are common, all accompanied by a vibrant music and arts scene. Many backpackers arrive at Byron's iconic arts factory planning to stay a few days, but don't stumble out until months later, covered in henna, with their knowledge of fire twirling greatly enhanced. Irrespective of where you stand on the Lou situation, it's fair to say the town has changed, and it might be time to start looking for an alternative picturesque holiday destination. Charming and quaint, just like Byron is in the off-season, Australia is filled with cute towns with intimate cafes and bespoke homeware stores. Number 3. Wollongong. Wollongong makes the beginning of the south coast of NSW and the wonderful beaches and scenery. Wollongong's beaches are patrolled, which means great swimming and surfing for all, with great parklands for picnics in the sun. The area is also home to the largest Buddhist temples in the Southern Hemisphere. Wollongong has many activities apart from the usual sports. You can go paragliding, try climbing at the Hangdog Climbing Gym, take a canoe or kayak adventure, or visit the Illawarra Fly Treetop Walk. There is accommodation for all as well as some great places to eat for all tastes. Looking further afield, take a scenic drive along the coast to the south and enjoy 140 kilometers of wonderful scenery. Each year the city puts on the Wonderwalls Festival, where you can discover huge pieces of art daubed on the walls of the city. Pretty cool. Number 2. Melbourne. Melbourne is Australia's second largest city and has legitimate claims to be the country's cultural and sporting capital. The city's 4 million residents love both the arts and sports, and the city is also home to some of Australia's best dining and nightlife. With this in mind, it's no wonder that The Economist regularly names Melbourne as one of the most livable cities in the world. Weather-wise, Melbourne is known for having 4 seasons in one day. While it follows the seasons, the weather often changes during the day expectantly. As it is further south than Sydney, winters and summers generally tend to be a few degrees lower, with frost sometimes appearing during the winter months. Melbourne may not be as expensive as Sydney when it comes to the cost of living, but it's still quite pricey. A one-bedroom apartment outside the city centre might cost you around $1,237 per month to rent. Number 1. Brisbane. As Australia's third largest city, Brisbane offers all the excitement of living in a thriving city, but is way more affordable than Sydney and Melbourne. While the urban centre of Brisbane is all shiny skyscrapers, the city is also ideally placed for getting into nature. Brisbane residents are an active bunch and love to enjoy their beautiful river, whether they are jogging alongside it or sailing on it. The rest of the Sunshine State's delights are within easy reach, with the Gold Coast and the Great Barrier Reef among the highlights. Brisbane's economy is booming, with workers in hospitality, health, manufacturing, and tourism the most in demand. Away from the thriving urban heart of Brisbane, you'll find relaxed suburbs and beautiful landscapes. If you want to be close to the action, suburbs like Paddington are popular with expats, while families might prefer quieter areas, such as Murrayfield. The cost of living in Brisbane is generally much cheaper than in Sydney and Melbourne. On average, renting a one-bedroom apartment outside the city centre can set you back $1,234 per month. The last word. So, guys, these are the best places to live in Australia. Hope you will like it and appreciate it. People who come to these places are amazed by all of the awesome things there are to do and see. Thanks to its size and the diversity of its land and lifestyle options, Australia offers all kinds of expats the chance to live the life they've always dreamed of. Where you choose to settle in Australia will depend on your reasons for moving. But one thing is for sure, you won't be disappointed. The reason so many Australians never leave home is because they have everything they need. So, if you love to travel and you want to see the whole world, then Move and Live is the channel that gives you a list of the best places to live in the world. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for latest upcoming travel videos. Bye bye, see you in the next video.